We've been talking about the presidential candidates' names and the running mates, whether or not some of the political parties have turned in the names of their candidates to INEC. Well, today is the deadline, the 17th day of June 2022, on the timetable and the schedule of activities of INEC, the umpire. And INEC has said that it will not change the deadline. It's expecting the political parties to do what is necessary of them for the submission of the candidates. Tonight, we'll be hearing from two major political parties in Nigeria, one of the APC and the other of the Labour Party. Tonight, I'm being joined by a chieftain of the APC, Mr. Kabiru Faskari, who joins us in our Abuja studio, as well as Dr. Donyo Kukwe, who is the Director General of the Peter Obi Campaign Organization. He joins us also from our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us tonight. Let me begin with you, Mr. Faskari. Give us a sense of what is happening. Who is the vice presidential candidate of your party? The last time we checked with INEC, there is no name or there is no vice presidential candidate of the APC submitted to INEC. Has your party submitted as of now?
Yes. Ibrahim Kabir Masari is our vice presidential nominee. And he was the...
Okay. Okay. So, can you say that again? Who is he?
The welfare secretary of the APC, under Oshimole. And he's a well-known politician.
As his name is submitted?
Yes, his name has been submitted.
What can you tell us about him? Is he a Muslim? Is he a Christian?
Well, he qualifies as a veteran in terms of politics because he joined politics from the onset. He began, I think, being a member of the PDP. He's young, he represents the youth, and he is grounded in politics because he was even a national official of the APC, and is quite close to the presidential candidate. He's been with him for a very long time, so I believe it's a very informed decision to put out his name.
So it looks like some breaking news coming. Kabiru Masari is the name, isn't it? Is the vice presidential candidate of the APC. What informed the choice of Mr. Kabiru Masari?
Well, there are many considerations. You see, in politics, you weigh your chances. First, you get somebody who would work with you very well, whom you know has the capacity to understand and project your manifesto, and somebody who knows a certain part of the regions that you need votes from. And then you need also a person who will work with you, who will add value to the whole ticket. So you make, and then you talk to people, you consult, and then you come to a decision. And I believe that Aswaju did that. That's how he came up with the name of nominee. The onus is on the presidential candidate to choose his own nominee. He could be assisted in some ways or other, but I know that the choice of Masari is very well informed because I know that our presidential candidate knows the vice presidential nominee very well. They had been working together for a very long time.
So, is this the decision of the presidential candidate Bola Tinubu, or the decision of the president, or the decision of the party leadership? Who nominated or who brought the,
no.
the name
I think,
of Mr. Kabiru Masari?
I think what it is the decision of the presidential candidate more than any other thing. He may have conferred with the party leadership, but I believe that it is largely the decision of the presidential candidate after due diligence talking with the president, talking with the party, and talking with some governors, because Masari is from Katsina State, where I come from, and I know him very well. I know that he has had a very good relationship with our presidential candidate. And I know that he's a grassroots person. He knows his onions very well. He mixes a lot. So I know that it's a very good decision. He may not be very popular in the sense that, like he was a governor or something, but I know that we know him very well in APC.
Okay, let me go to Dr. Donyo Okukwe of the Labour Party. Dr. Okukwe, you are the Director General of the Peter Obi campaign organization, and you're presently trying to sell the candidature of Peter Obi. But were you able to make the deadline? Were you able to beat it and submit a vice presidential candidate's name?
Yes, Seun, thank you very much. We naturally will comply with the electoral body, and in doing so, we believe that choosing the vice presidential candidate is part of the electoral process. And you will understand that Mr. Peter Obi came into the Labour Party on the 29th of May, which is just about, in fact, it's exactly 3 weeks ago. Therefore, and our idea and our reasoning is to bring together in this country for the first time the largest political coalition possible, because we are facing two political giants, APC, PDP, and we are serious about upstaging them, and we will. But to do that, we cannot do it alone. We need to be able to put together this coalition and and the so-called third force is now alive and it is forming, and it is important for us to ensure that all the stakeholders are carried along from the beginning to the end. We do not want a situation where an action is taken and then people feel that, okay, well, you have cooked this soup, you have finished it, what is that? What is the need for us? So because of this, I, Dr. Donyo Okukwe, is standing in as the vice presidential candidate for the Labour Party.
Just there, another breaking news that may be coming in. Dr. Donyo Okukwe's name has been submitted as the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Is that confirmed? Is that what has been submitted to INEC? It looks so much that there is a lot of quiet about it. Why is it looking like a kind of a secret?
There's no secret here. We're talking to so many groups, so many youth groups, so many political formations. We're talking to PRP, we're talking to NNPP, we're talking to SDP. We are talking to every possible major political outfit outside APC and PDP. Therefore, so we're not hiding anything. But we cannot.
So I mean, in essence, so clarify to us, Dr. Okukwe. You said you are standing in as the vice presidential candidate. That means your name might be substituted sometimes in the future, or are you the substantive? Because using the word standing in doesn't quite fit well into the shape of someone who will, from the beginning to the end, be the running mate to a Peter Obi.
Well, I'm not sure whether you can hear me. Okay, good. Now, that's what I said, that the choosing of the vice president, of the vice presidential candidate, is a process, is an electoral process. All right? And it does not, it does not stop until the process and the schedule ends. The INEC allows you to present a candidate,
some kind of communication.
and if you want, later on, if you want to substitute, you may substitute if necessary, but if it is not necessary, you may as well continue. So the present situation is that we believe that this Labour Party government that is coming is really essentially going to be about young Nigerians. Those of us who have been part and parcel of our sordid past, we must be prepared to pay the sacrifice, even the personal sacrifice, of allowing a situation where we can lift up our youth to a position of power and authority. Practically you can look at me. I have a large frame, but I have a very, very broad back. And I'm willing to put down my back so that young people can stand on my back and come to the top. And no sacrifice is too big to achieve this. We will continue to work. We will continue to pursue this project until we are able to hand over Nigeria, reset the country, and hand over Nigeria to the rightful owners of the country, the workers in this country, the youths of this country, who are
Dr. Cooper, let's get to my initial question. Yeah, I get that. Dr. Cooper, let's get to what I asked earlier, and it's about what we need to know as far as the decision of your party and your candidate is concerned. Is it certain, is it given that you, Dr. Cooper, is the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and that is going to be what we will see to the end?
Correct. I am, as of today, as I'm speaking with you, the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Fact. Okay.
So we might be seeing some official statement and official announcement very soon. Is that okay?
Official statement and official announcement? Yeah, the party,
the party will issue a statement from the Labour Party.
Yes, the party will issue from the Labour Party will issue a statement. You know that this exercise closed this evening, 6 p.m., and this is just a little bit past 7. The Labour Party will issue a statement. You yourself have been able to confirm that this name, my name has been submitted to INEC, and so that is the reality of the situation as of today.
Yeah. Are you worried about what has been a major debate, Dr. Cooper? The issue of religion, the issue of ethnicity, the issue of zoning. Now, Mr. Peter Obi from the southeast region of the country, you from the southwest region of the country. As far as I confirm and know, you are a Christian. Mr. Peter Obi, a Christian. Does that worry you and Mr. Obi in any way?
Shehu, you and I must now be realistic. Now, neither the Constitution of Nigeria nor the Electoral Act contradicts this decision of the Labour Party.
Okay, do you want to explain further?
Not necessarily.
If some Nigerians are querying
I've just told
the
you
religion
that
balancing
the decision of the Labour Party, the decision of the Labour Party to use Doyin Okupe as the vice presidential candidate is in consonance with the Nigerian Constitution and the Electoral Act. A party reserves the right to decide, all right, what it exposes itself to the electorate.
All right, Dr. Cooper, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we continue
the APC has also picked...
Apologies, Dr. Cooper. We need to take a quick break. And when we come back... Apologies, we need to take a break. And when we come back, we will continue the conversation. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us right here on Politics Today Channel Television. Let's continue our conversation. There are a lot of grounds to touch tonight, especially as Ekiti State governorship election is concerned. We'll come to that just in a moment. But let me get some of the conclusion thoughts with my guests in our Abuja studio. Let me go back to Okay, I was talking with Dr. Okukwe about the religious balancing matter. Is there something you want to say further to explain this matter to Nigerians? Because a lot of people have raised this eyebrow. In fact, the youth wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria had come out to say anyone who goes with Christian or Muslim ticket will fail. Are you aware of that kind of threat or warning?
Sheung, I've said it before and I will repeat it again. In the Labour Party, we see the process of nominating the vice presidential candidate as a continuous process that does not end until it is ended by the provision of the Electoral Act, which is when the process of the substitution, closes. Until the window closes, that is when really the gates are closed. But between now and then, parties have a right. And we in the Labour Party, we will continue that process. We will continue to fine-tune it. Our ultimate goal is to find the way to bring our dream and our aspiration of handing over power to young Nigerians. So in this case, young Nigerians who are much less in age to Peter Obi and who are of northern descent should, we are considering so many things. We are looking at the third force. We are looking at the various groups that we are talking with. And, until everybody is on the table, including our youth nationwide, before we can say this is our final position on this matter.
So, the way you're speaking, it does look like you're still open to some kind of merger or some kind of a coalition of something
correct.
With other political parties.
Correct. That's why I told you that we have only been here for 3 weeks. Labour Party alone, I will be a dreamer, and I'm not a dreamer. Labour Party alone cannot achieve this success that we're looking at. We need Labour Party, we need the NPP, we need the Social Democratic Party, we need the PRP, we need the Labour Congress, we need everybody. I've told you, we are going to put up the biggest, the greatest coalition in Nigeria ever in the history of politics in Nigeria. So, until that is in place, and the issue of mergers and all these considerations, they do take time. And we do not want to put obstacles on the way of negotiations.
So let me quickly go to the closing thoughts of Mr. Kabiru Faskari. Give us a sense of the choice of Mr. Masari as a running mate to Bola Tinubu, because essentially the same question I threw to Dr. Okukwe is the conversation around religious balancing. How this will sit with Nigerians who are now imagining whether or not a religion in the country has been left out in the equation. A Muslim ticket, do you think that idea can fly in Nigeria of today?
Well, I believe it can. The thing is that what we should do is to look at Nigeria first. We have various religions, but there is no law that says that a Muslim ticket will not or should not work for Nigeria. We want to take Nigeria to another level. We want people to start thinking as brothers and sisters. We do not want a religion, tribe, or geography to be an issue in terms of leadership, because once we do that, once we restrict ourselves to religion, tribe, or anything, we will not see the progress that we really want in Nigeria. My background as a farmer tells me that there are no borders amongst us. We don't bother about religion, tribe, geography, or anything. For us to be able to eat and to feed Nigerians, we must eat whatever is produced by any Nigerian of whatever religious inclinations. So also, I think we should be able to allow and give room and give opportunity to people who can really bring about change in Nigeria, no matter their religious beliefs or colorations, to be able to participate to do that. Once what we determine to do is for Nigeria to progress, we should not restrict it to religion, because that is a disaster. We have had so many experiments in Christian, Muslim, whatever, and nothing has, not much has been achieved. So I believe Christian or Muslim tickets should be able to work insofar as we have a change of mindset and we want to develop Nigeria. I will go along with Dr. Doyin on this matter, that the main thing that we are concerned about is Nigeria, the improvement of our lot, not religion. So many people will talk of religion, not because they actually believe, but some of them just claim to be this, but in reality they are really not. Because both these religions, Christian and the Islamic religion, all go to one God. We all subject ourselves to God or Allah, and we should be fair to everybody. There is no religion that says that you should mistreat a Muslim or a Christian. You should treat them fairly. Even if people don't have any religion, they don't believe in God, provided that they live within the geographical space of your country, you need to be fair to them. So the fear of a Muslim ticket will not be fair.
All right, Mr. Faskari, we need to go now. Let me just get 10, 20 seconds final thought of Dr. Okupe before we close this segment. Dr. Okupe, your final word.
My final word is that Nigerian youths must move closer to labor, because all we're doing, we are prepared to pay any sacrifice to ensure that they have this country back in their hands, and that we are willing to make ourselves available at any cost so that Nigerian youths can ride on our backs to power. And that includes the position of the vice president.
All right. All right. We need to leave it at that. Dr. Doyin Okupe, the Director General, who told us this evening is a running mate to Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and also Mr. Kabiru Faskari, who is a chieftain of the APC, and has told us this evening that Mr. Masari has emerged as the vice presidential candidate of the APC. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on tonight.